Hello everyone, it's Justin here and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Again, I haven't done anything off camera. I was planning on doing a little bit off camera. In particular, I was going to do a little bit of sack grinding, which you guys can probably see in the title. Which is basically just me running around on this planet that has poison sacks on it, so that I can make a ton of money really quickly. Now, I'm going to do that anyways, but unfortunately I didn't have any time to do any off camera, so we're going to be doing it on camera instead. And I thought I'll try to make things interesting by discussing another video game, so that we can get a little conversation going while I'm playing. Ooh, perfect. Found a trade place. Perfect. This is what I was looking for. I've been looking for this for like a quintillion episodes now. Let's see. We've got a fair few of these things out there. Wonder if I can hit them from all the way over here. I can, but I can't do any proper damage, so we're gonna have to get in a little closer. There we go, got one. So I heard if you do this and shoot them from a distance with your rifle instead of the mining beam, everyone doesn't get mad at you for it. What is that? Maybe there's more. So anyways, I was going to talk a little bit about Titanfall while we're doing this. So Titanfall had a little early peak recently, and a lot of people liked it. Some people, not so much. And right now, I'm not quite sure who I should be believing in, because here's the thing. When people give feedback on a video game, you know, there are various reasons for doing so. When doing a beta, a lot of times people will give feedback on things they would like to have in the game, which is fine. But here's the thing. I don't think anyone had enough game time with the game yet to give any sort of objective opinion on where they think the game is, or, you know, like really, I just think it's hard for people to give feedback based on a couple days with only 2 maps and 1 game mode. Or 2 game modes, maybe. I don't remember. And so it's kind of hard to know whose feedback you should be listening to on this matter. And I'm of the opinion, and I know this will sound mean, but it's a pretty straightforward opinion, that I think consumers don't necessarily know what they want. And what I mean by that isn't necessarily that consumers are stupid, or that, you know, there's no point in giving feedback, or that you can't know what you like and don't like. But here's the thing. Consumers really don't know what they want. And this is one of the reasons that people are so harsh on the concepts of focused grouped testing. Like, a lot of times developers like EA will go out and they'll say, oh, well, we did a test and it seems like people are really interested in this one particular aspect, so you need to put it in your game. And people are very upset about that kind of behavior, and it's very common these days. And the reason people don't like it is because, you know, sometimes people give feedback based on something, and they give feedback based on limited knowledge or understanding of the game. And currently, people are giving feedback on Titanfall based on a very limited experience. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's very hard to filter through right now. Because on the one hand, you have people that will give very honest feedback based on what they've experienced. And then you'll have people that give very not honest feedback based on information they don't have. And that can be a little bit frustrating and difficult to filter between. And one of the things I'm a little bit disappointed by is the developers actually gave in to a particular request people had made. In Titanfall, the demo test version that people have played, you did not get your Titan based on a timer. Now, in Titanfall the first Titanfall game, you did. You got a Titan, even if you didn't play the objective or do anything special. And some people are right to criticize it for being a little bit Call of Duty-esque, that Titanfall essentially becomes their kill streak. But I don't think necessarily that's the case. First off, the people making the game are the developers of Call of Duty. Like, do not mistake this. The people that invented the Call of Duty concept, that's the people over at Respawn Entertainment. So they're not ripping off Call of Duty. They made Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is ripping off of them. So, say what you want. It's not, But, yeah, whatever. People are going to be like that. I need to actually scan them. I keep killing them so fast. Let's see if we can find another one and actually scan it, because I didn't know you could scan them. There we go. Nice. I scanned a thing. I think this is what I was trying to scan. So, what I'm trying to say is, right now, if you haven't played the game and you don't have an opinion of it, try to avoid the feedback that people are giving you right now, because they're going to be very mixed, they're going to be back and forth, and it's very hard to say right now how things are going to work out. And in particular, this issue with people wanting Titans to be on a timer. Here's the thing, there's a reason that they made it like a kill streak. And it's very specific and very obvious. It's designed to get people into the battle. Now, a lot of people were saying it's, just to make it a kill streak. It's not. A lot of people were saying it's there to make skilled players more skillful. It's not. It's actually much simpler than that. It's just a way to get people into the action and doing things. Because getting into the action and actually benefiting your team yields rewards for you. Getting into the action and being part of the team yields rewards for the team. And that's what they're trying to do. And there are actually a couple games doing this. Call of Duty being the exception to the rule, still focused on more individual play and individual prestige. Battlefield 1 is also trying hard to bring people into the game and into the field. Also, by the way, this is update 1.07, so let me know if you guys actually notice any changes. I've heard the character models are a little more detailed now. I guess I can see that just a little bit. Not much, though. The skyboxes are supposed to be a little bit updated. I can see that at least. Like, that planet looks a little clearer than it did before, but it's not much. Like, they've changed the clouds, they've changed the skybox a little bit. It's kind of neat, but it's still minor changes. That actually looks a little bit shinier too. It was supposedly a pretty big update file. It took a lot longer to install than usual, but yeah, I'm okay with that. I would like them to continue to improve this game. Keep doing that. Thank you, Hello Games. I'm actually liking the game a lot. I know people are a little tired of it, and I can see that. Like, I'm a little tired of a couple things too. But what I haven't done is I haven't played the game to, like, the extremes yet. I'm pretty sure if I played the game for 40-something odd hours, I would be getting tired of it by now. But fortunately, I have kept myself away from that, and I think in a lot of ways I've actually been playing the game the way they intended it, where you just sort of, you keep moving on, you keep pressing forward, and you discover things along the way. Because a lot of people, they did a lot of the early exploration, they saw things very early on, and, you know, once you've grinded quite considerably in one area and you've gotten to the point that, you know, you're really overpowered, you're pretty much set for the rest of the game, then traveling to the edge of the universe is only going to be a chore to you. Also, we are probably going to start moving forward. We're probably not going to settle in this sector, and the reason for that is, again, you know, I want an area that's findable for you guys, so that, you know, we can establish a little foothold eventually. And I think a lot of people will probably jump onto the bandwagon, and I probably won't be able to compete with, like, bigger YouTubers, but if other people want to come and build stuff in the game economy sectors when I start establishing them, you know, that would be absolutely amazing. It would be great to get just a couple people, a couple more than me, helping to expand the sector and build some stuff there. It'd be good. It'd be real fun for me. I want to grab a little bit of Heridium. But back to Titanfall. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited. And I'm actually a little disappointed that they decided to give in to people complaining. And, like, I think it's good to listen to customer feedback, but not if it means compromising what is clearly a game design decision. Because at this point, we don't know what the game as a whole is going to be like. So it's kind of too early to be taking feedback. I mean, when it comes to, like, bugs, obviously listen to feedback. If it comes to exploits or overpowered elements, listen to feedback. Those are fantastic things to take feedback on. But I don't feel like that really applies in this case, because it's not, it's not overpowered. It's just people didn't like having to work, essentially. And, like, it's kind of disappointing when you're giving in to people and they're just like, oh, but I want my Titan for free. I don't want to do any work. Why? The whole point was to get you into the field, to get you involved. And, you might think I'm being hard on people who aren't very good at the game. You don't have to be good at the game to get a Titan. Like, seriously, I've played the original Titanfall. I know how easy it is to get into the game and do stuff. You have grunts that you can kill. It's probably one of the more noob-friendly games if you're gonna talk about, ease of entry for new players. It's difficult when it comes to things like, say, no boy, we're gonna be cutting it close here. Come on. Oh, this doesn't protect you? Oh, of course it doesn't. There we go. Haha! I found the spot! Hiding behind the trade terminal. I hope they add a player model to the character soon. I think I've joked about that previously, that you can tell I'm not there, but my character is standing right here, but you can't see me because I don't actually have a character model. I've talked about that previously, that the reason you can't see other players might actually be that players don't have a character model. So you can't see other players because even if you were looking straight at them, they have no character model. You can't actually see them. But, you know, it's speculation at this point. I don't know quite what the mechanics involved are. Gonna hide back here real quick. Wait for this storm to pass a little bit. And while we're doing that, we'll recharge. That's the one I want to use. Yes. How are we looking? 2.2 million. Oh, that's good. We've managed to double our money in just this this short. I guess I've been playing for like 15 minutes or so. But the game is really pretty, though. I mean, you gotta give it that. This is a game that, I mean, it's a marvel to behold, but that's it. Yeah, it's kind of shallow in terms of gameplay, and that is something that I'm hoping they'll fix. Now, with regards to people who, you know, feel like they should get their Titans for free, to get back to Titanfall again, it's not hard, really, because all you have to do is fight grunts. They're not hard to deal with. They can't beat you in melee combat, so... And I've done this in Titanfall 1. I don't know how easy or hard it is to do in Titanfall 2, but I would run into groups of grunts and just melee them to death. Just melee the whole group. Because then I'd save ammo, I wouldn't draw attention to myself, and I'd get all the points. Full already? Oh, I forgot to sell the Heridian. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. Filling up my inventory too quickly. Oh, darn it, there's zinc. I will drop you for zinc. There are a lot of things I will drop for zinc. Yeah, also they've done something about the incessant updates. They are still very, very annoying. I understand why they're there, but they're still very annoying. But really, like, yeah, I think go into Titanfall with an open mind. Don't think of it as being Call of Duty or Battlefield. Just try to take it on its own premises, and also try to, yeah, just go into it thinking this is going to be a new experience for you. Because Titanfall 1 was really good, and I understand why some people want things to go back to Titanfall 1. But here's the thing about Titanfall 1. It didn't do very well. Like, it sold really well, and then no one played it anymore. It's a little weird that people want it to be the way it used to be, and yet, you know, the way it used to be obviously didn't work. Now, granted, one of the major problems with the original Titanfall is actually the same thing that this game suffers from, and that is a lack of long-term content and end-game content. There was, you know, there was a story mode, but you could only repeat it so many times before it got annoying. And then alongside your story mode, how much money were we up to? 2.5. We can do better than that. Come on. Come on, team. Let's get up to 3 million. Let's get up to 30 million in one episode. I'm pretty sure you could. If I had, like, the full inventory slot thing and I didn't have too many slots devoted to other things, then I could probably get a lot per haul. Another thing about Titanfall is that it feels very different, or at the very least Titanfall 1 felt very different, again, because I didn't play the tech demo. I'm going to be honest about that. I didn't play the tech demo. I'm just talking about all the feedback. And so I'm not saying people are wrong. I'm just saying, you know, it's a little early to be talking about changing core and fundamental mechanics in the game, especially when, as I was trying to talk about, they made these decisions consciously. Like, they're not random. It's not like they said, oh, well, people respond better to kill streaks, so we're going to make kill streaks. That isn't what they were doing. What they were doing was... Ah, let me in! Temperature level is stabilizing. I don't have any of these things. Screw it. Oh, Sentinel Force gave up. So like, he went inside. We give up. Wish the Sentinels were a little more proactive. It would be really bad if, like, while this alarm was on, Sentinels would be frenzied in the area around it. So just being here would cause Sentinels to appear. And if you can't shut the alarm off, you have to run away. That would be really awesome. That would make for some epic gameplay there. Let's get our bolt caster charged. Wonder what it charges with, because I haven't done this in so long. It's plutonium. More sacks. Ow! I missed one. Alright, how are we doing? Do I have any space on my ship? I do not, of course. I do have space for that on my ship, don't I? Huh. Do I have anything doubled up? Probably don't. Nah. That's alright though. We'll make do with what we've got. Oops, I missed. It's hard mining with a gun. All right, how many we got? We got a ton. We got some emerald over there. We got some iron over there. This planet really is only good for these sacks, unfortunately. Oops, I missed. I was hoping to get 2 in 1. But yeah, like I said, I haven't tried Titanfall, and I'm not saying that people's feedback is wrong. I'm just saying I think it's a little early to be making really big conclusions about what are clearly core game design mechanics. Alright, we got our max now. So let's head back to our ship. Ow. Hurt myself. I hurt myself today. Alright. Where is the save point here? There it is. I do want to save the location because, you know, it's free money. And currently we're all about the money, money, money. Because that's what we're here for. We're here for the money, money, money. We're here to make all the money. All of it. Also, while we were on the topic of Titanfall, Battlefield 1, also another thing I'm kind of looking forward to. Now, it's been a while since I've been able to get on board with a Battlefield game from the start and actually have people to play with. So, because my friend Ulaf, who you guys may recognize from two of my previous streams, when I was doing Battlefront, is that, you know, me and him, we've been friends for a very long time, but he's been in the US for a very long time. And because of that, we didn't have contact for, you know, what was about, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 years. So we only recently got back to hanging together. My brother doesn't have a PS4 yet, so he hasn't been able to play with me. Like, we've been gaming a lot on PC, me and my brother, but he is also, unfortunately, the type to get bored of things very quickly. He's not the kind of person that could, you know, play a single game on a weekly schedule. And really, I'm not either. It's just I do it more than he does. Yeah, there are some things me and Ula don't agree on. He really, really, really likes Battlefront. I thought Battlefront was really, really, really disappointing. He thinks this game is really, really, really boring, and I enjoy it. But, yeah, in that case, it has more to do with, like, types and personalities. I'm the kind of person that does enjoy... I actually do enjoy grinding mechanics if they're done well. Like, if it feels meaningful, if I feel like I'm actually chipping towards an objective or, you know, moving towards a goal or something, it's fine. I am known for my gigantic holes that I dig in Minecraft from back when I was doing Minecraft a lot. And we're not talking like just a normal hole in the ground. We're talking like the biggest hole in the ground. Like really, really, really massive quarries that I dug up in order to get stone so I could build mega structures. And oftentimes, I wouldn't actually get around to building the structure. Sometimes I would. I've built quite a few really big buildings. But I enjoy, instead of, you know, just spawning stuff in, which is what a lot of people do these days, to get the things they want. You know, they'll spawn in the stuff, or they will go into creative mode. I like the work, or the enjoyment of putting in the effort of getting all the materials yourself and working up towards a goal. And I guess that does come from the type of work ethic I have, because at work I'm the kind of person who will chip away almost tirelessly at tasks that other people would look at and say, oh, this is impossible, like, we'll never finish this. And, you know, I do. I have come into work so many times, and everyone's just looking at the mess in the storage room, and they're like, this is impossible. There's no way we're going to get all this done. And I come in like, yeah, I see a mess, but we're just going to start working on it. And I'll start putting people to work. I'll start, you know, chipping away at it myself, and it'll get done. Yeah, eventually it will resolve itself. And the thing you need to do is you need to not be that guy that's like, oh, this can't be done. You have to be the guy that says, all right, this is going to be difficult, but we're just going to start doing it. We're going to start working on it, and eventually we'll get there. You know, it may seem impossible right now, but it's doable. We'll do it eventually. So, you know, I would encourage people to be that guy that, you know, doesn't say things are impossible all the time, and just, you know, go to work. Get to work on it. If you want to do something, do it. You know, if you want to... Oh, that works now? Or maybe I scanned a tree or something? Didn't look like I scanned a tree. Pretty sure I scanned the building. No, I did scan the tree. No. No, I didn't. I scanned the building. I can scan buildings now. Huh. Thermal protection offline. Not fantastic. Let's go do something about that. And we can't do anything about it. Or no, I can't use iron for it, of course. I really should have been thinking about that, but I don't have anything to repair myself with. There, that'll heal me. I'm gonna try to get this building here real quick. Yeah, I noticed. Alright, door, please be on the correct position this time. Yep, door's in the wrong place. Come on. Jetpacks doesn't work. Hold on, we need to repair a shield. Or our exosuit or whatever. No, we can't. We can't repair our exosuit because we have... Alright, these buildings here. At least I know where the opening is on these things. There we go. Whew. We survived. That was a little stressful. I forgot I don't have any titanium on my character right now, so there's no way for me to repair anything. Because I don't carry titanium on my character, for the most part. Getting some new stuff. Alright, let me get over to the big building. It would be nice if they put the door in the correct position so that I could actually find it. But they always put the door like on the very far side, way away from everything. But then sometimes I'll be heading over here and it'll be on the other side. Just screw with me. Alright, grab this. Learned a word. Learned a tool. We're in the observatory, so I don't really feel the need to solve the puzzle because it's not going to get us anything interesting. All right, let's head back to the station and drop off our loot. I'll grab some titanium. They just spawned a new one behind me. Of course they did. I like my multi-tool. It's ridiculous. Inventory full. Alright. Let's get that recharged. While we have the opportunity. They'll prevent us from dying from fire for a little bit. I wonder if I can scan this and make it a permanent location on the map. I don't think so, but that would be really handy. Oh, titanium. Excellent. Alright, and we have a good supply of titanium on our character. We should be good. a lot of titanium on this planet. It's strange how I couldn't find any when I... Yeah, I couldn't find any when I actually needed it, but, you know, right now there's a ton of it. It's like everywhere. So what are you guys looking forward to the most in terms of, like, the new FPS games that are coming out this year? Like, are you know, the biggest Call of Duty guy? Are you the biggest Battlefield guy? Or are you looking forward to Titanfall? Or, you know, whatever. I don't know. Those are the only ones I can think of in terms of, like, the big FPS games that are coming out this year. I don't competitive well in in FPS games. And I know that's incorrect grammar. That's intentional. I don't do well in competitive games because I don't have, like, the twitch reflexes. So things like CSGO, where, you know, the individual skill of each of the players on your team, as well as, of course, their teamwork ability, is what determines who wins. I'm not very good at that, but I am good, or at least I'm okay, at team-based, objective-based games. And the difference there has to do with the type of way I can score points. I am an okay support player. I know I'm not the best shooter. I don't, you know, have the most skills with the gun. I'm not going to win every firefight I get involved in. So rather than, you know, lie to myself and pretend that I'm super good at something I'm not good at, what I do is I support the players that are good at it. So my buddy Ula, he's pretty good at FPS games. And he can do pretty well for himself. He can get good score. I can't usually keep up in terms of, like, KD and stuff like that. So what I do instead is I operate as, like, the support character. I'll be the engineer for the tank. I'll be the secondary gunner. I'll keep my eye out. I'll call out enemies. If, you know, he dies or something, I'll find a good spot to hold out for a little bit so he can respawn back in, and we'll get into the firefight together. Because that way I act as the support player. You know, I'm helping and contributing to the team by helping the players that can do more damage do more damage. And also I play the objective. I will frequently capture objectives. And one of my favorite ways to play games like Battlefield that have, you know, these flag-based objectives is to pick a particular objective and make that my objective. And what I'll do then is I'll constantly be going to that objective over and over and over again in order to keep capturing it and keep it on our team. And by making that a personal objective, I can significantly contribute to the team. You know, catching that objective when it gets switched over to the other team, and then bringing it back, maybe just camping there until they leave, and then taking it back for myself. And, you know, repeating the process over and over again, and keeping it on our side, rather than, you know, spreading myself out and running to all sorts of different objectives. I make sure that one objective stays on our team, and then, you know, when it's safe and secure, that's when I'll move on to other objectives and take those down. And I think that method of playing might work for a lot of people who like to play FPS games, but are not really good at, you know, getting a lot of kills and not dying. Because that seems to be the thing these days. Everyone wants to have the best KD, everyone wants to be the star player, everyone wants to be at the top of the leaderboards. Now, one thing I do like about Black Ops 1, and it's also part of the same reason I was a little upset about the kind of feedback that Titanfall was receiving, is that these two games in particular are trying to change the focus. It's not about being the person with the best KD, it's about being on the team that wins. And it's about contributing to your team winning. You know, being the better player, being the bigger player, being the team player who's thinking about the team as a whole and not just themselves. Because there's been, if you will, a lot of individualism in games like Call of Duty. And there's a lot of individualism in Battlefield. And they're trying to make that go away. They're trying to force people into the objective, trying to force people out onto the battlefield to take those objectives, to get score for their team. So, one thing about Battlefield 1 that I've heard that I'm really looking forward to is that they're greatly increasing the amount of points you get for completing objectives versus what you get for just, you know, killing enemies. So you can kill a whole bunch of enemies if you want, but you might not end up at the top of the leaderboards. Instead, the guy like me that is just looking to get those objective points that can't necessarily compete in terms of KD, yeah, people like me are going to be more favored on the leaderboards. Ooh, 3.6 million. We're getting up there. Might do one more run before I end the episode. Because what I want to do is I want to get up to the point where I have the capacity to buy a ship at, like, say, I don't know, 15 million or so. Something that's a significant upgrade from what we have right now, so that I can work towards upgrading my ships. Because right now it's very hard to upgrade my ship because I don't have the storage space to have all of the stuff that I need to upgrade my ship to what I want it to be. Because I want to get the best possible thrusters for my ship, or not thrusters, hyperdrives for my ship, so that we can visit all the planets and all of the more advanced stars. It'll also help us travel a little faster so that we can start moving towards the center of the galaxy and get a little closer to where we might set up our home. Let me grab some of this plutonium. You almost always need plutonium, so it's worth grabbing whenever you can. Alright. Where are these venom sacs? Practicing my FPS skill. Oop, run out of slots. I should probably do something about these warp cells, but I want to hold on to them. At the same time, I don't want them in my inventory. There we go. Full stack. And where's our ship at? There we go. Back to this trade station. So we've been a little lucky with this episode that we've gotten 2 trade stations in a row. Because this means we've been able to... Oh, there's so many right here. Like, look, there's like a dozen in just this one area. They're everywhere. Yeah, this planet is aptly named. I'm taking full credit for creative naming. I think like this sector as a whole is really rich. There's 2 really good planets on it for resource gathering, and 2 really nice planets on it for, you know, living. And then Hades is the exact opposite. Like, there's nothing of value there, and all of the planets want to kill you, including one that only wants to kill you with sentinels. Everything else is fine and safe on that planet, but they want to kill you with sentinels. Oh yeah, I had the zinc in my inventory that I didn't need.
Incoming storm. Thermal protection falling.
Turn up thermal protection. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. We've been we had a good talk. I'm really looking forward to both Titanfall and Battlefield 1. I think I might do a bit of Battlefield 1 on this channel if people want to see it, and definitely Titanfall if it's on. I don't know if Titanfall's going to come out on PS4 or not. It might be like Xbox and PC exclusive. I haven't checked, so someone's going to have to inform me about that. Or no, it should be on PS4. I think I've seen it. I'm going to hide here because apparently right in this spot right here is safe and everything else is bad. Actually, we should probably go save. Let's do that before I forget, lose all my money. Saved. Yeah, ship. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I might do some farming off camera so that I can get some money and get everything all set up. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.